You know, every single month I think, it's probably going to be a little lighter this month. Then I gather everything together. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for October of 2023. Lots of nice new additions to the home library this month. Even though I have nowhere to put them, I still want to talk about them, guys. We're going to do that now. We're going to begin like usual, guys, with you know what. They count. These are digital purchases. I had a couple things, guys. Obviously, with spooky season coming to a close, I had lots of new recommendations and lots of new things that I wanted to try out. Well, some things I learned over that span was that I really liked Grady Hendrix because I love My Best Friend's Exorcism. So I said in that video, hey, recommend what one you think I should read next. And I got a multitude of recommendations. So I bought all of them, at least the ones that I got recommended the most. So I picked up 4 books by Grady Hendrix. The first one is How to Sell a Haunted House. Then The Final Girl Support Group Horror Store, which is the first one I ever heard of. And the absurdly long title, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So all these titles are very, very long, but this book seemed to be reasonably short. And that's what I love about the horror genre, is it doesn't feel the need to go on for 700-800 pages, at least not most of them, like most of those fantasy bricks that we do read. But I really, really appreciated what he did in My Best Friend's Exorcism, so I want to give some more of his books a try. As to which one I'm going to try next, I don't know yet. I'm leaning horror store, but we will find out. Also, Thomas Harris was an author that was recommended a lot to me by Blake Crouch. When I talked to Blake Crouch, not when we actually spoke on the channel, but off of the channel, I was just telling him how much I was really liking Desert Places. And he was saying how much he was inspired by Thomas Harris. And I was like, I've never read him. He's like, oh my God, read him before you read any more of my books. And I said, well, that's a ringing endorsement. So I've always been interested, obviously, in Silence of the Lambs. I mean, that's the big one. But I saw the trilogy, I guess you say, Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal Rising. That would not be a trilogy, Mike. That would be a quadrilogy. Forgot there is a 4th book in there, but it was like, basically, it was the same price to get all 4 of those as it was just buy the deluxe edition of Silence of the Lambs. How is there a deluxe edition when it's an ebook? I don't know. These things are just ridiculous. I don't know. But I'm excited to check out Thomas Harris, just especially off of that glowing recommendation from Blake Crouch, whose books I've absolutely adored. And lastly, guys, this is Ghost Story by Peter Straub. I talked about in that popular horror books that I want to try video, I talked about how I felt like I was completely unfair to Peter Straub while I was reading The Talisman, because everything I liked in that book I wanted to credit to Stephen King, and everything I didn't like I wanted to blame on Peter Straub. And Ghost Story is one that people have been recommending to me for a long time. So I said, hey, no time like the present. Now, obviously, the present would be I'm going to be reading it now. I'm not actually doing that, but at least now I feel like I will put it on the old Kindle here to actually pick up and read rather soon. So how about some physical purchases, guys? I did pick up some stuff this month. I want to continue with the Vinland Saga. I've got the first 6, and I think I'd gotten like 11 or 12. You know, I figure I got to get those ones in between, so I did pick up 7. What I'm doing with these is just when I find a used copy that's in decent shape, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Still, I think I'm only in like volume 5 while I'm reading right now, so at least I've stayed ahead of where I'm going to continue with the reading, but I'm loving Vinland Saga. It's very, very good. If you guys don't know, I talked about reading Kingsbridge by Ken Follett. I've actually read The Pillars of the Earth, but I saw this set right here, and I could not say no to it. One of my patrons, Steph, she pointed this out. Blackwell's place in the UK, apparently it is free to ship to the United States, so I had to get these because, guys, I'm rereading The Pillars of the Earth. As we speak, I am actually rereading that, but I want to get into more of Kingsbridge in 2024 with World Without End, and inevitably all of them, because I didn't even know until I started this channel that Kingsbridge was a series. I thought Pillars of the Earth was just a standalone book because I read it in the 90s. So I'm excited to return to that world. Like I said, I'm about, I would say, quite halfway. It's a big book. Pillars of the Earth right now is a reread, but man, I am absolutely just in heaven. It's every bit as good as I remember, and in some regards, it's even better than I remember. And I think that's just the advantage of reading something as an adult than when you were a teenager. But it's kind of curious that the things that disturbed me as a teenager disturb me just as much now. So yes, very, very realistic historical fantasy that's going to be hard for some people to read, but it's absolutely stunning. Stunning book. I thought that, hey, you know what? I have 4 copies of The Hobbit. Do I really need a 5th one? Well, yes, I do, guys, because it's illustrated deluxe edition. was just too beautiful to pass up. This will match my Silmarillion. This will match my Lord of the Rings special editions that I have. This is just beautiful, guys. I can't even get into how ridiculous this is. So much so, I'm going to show you the whole thing here. I mean, obviously you get like, I guess you call it like the appendices version of The Hobbit. It's just like all the stuff that kind of led up to it and the kind of the companion works and kind of the history behind how it was written. But this book has a ton of extra material in it. Of course, you got your beautiful sprayed edges, all kinds of goodies in this, as well as the illustrations inside. You get an actual replica of Thorin's letter to Bilbo. Really, really cool. Just like a postcard. But then you get 2 maps. And if you're like me and you just love some maps, I'm going to show you this to you guys. And I usually don't do this in these, but these videos are just so nice. Here you get a nice look at Mirkwood right there on the edge of the Misty Mountains. I don't know how much you guys can see this, but very, very cool. Right out there in the Wilderlands. I love it. I love it. So beautiful. I want to have all these framed. And then, of course, you get the actual map that Thorin had. And this is, even with the moon runes actually on it, of the Lonely Mountain. So amazing. Secret moon runes on the back, you know. I can see it in regular light. It doesn't have to be in the moonlight. But yeah, obviously, guys, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's one of those, it's like, did I overpay for it? Probably. Is it worth it? Absolutely. And again, like I said, did I really need a 5th edition of The Hobbit? Well, you bet your second breakfast that I did, because I will never, ever have enough Tolkien in my life. Moving along here, how about some things from some authors? They get a ton of stuff from some very, very friendly authors this month. I'm going to kind of talk about them. What I always tell people is I may not know very much about these, so I'm going to add the description and links below if you want to check out any more of them to kind of know more. But as always, guys, I encourage self-published authors to always chase your dreams. And I appreciate you guys sending these to me. This is Dream Trial by Thomas Prestopnik. Hope I'm saying that correct. Very, very cool. This is a beautiful cover right here. This is Silverwing by Kenneth Oppel. The artwork in this is very, very much like Ferngully. You guys remember that movie Ferngully? That's really what it really reminds me of. But this one's, my oldest son has already claimed this to go on his bookshelf. I'm like, well, are you going to read it? He's like, I don't know. Just looks cool. So, hey, there's that. This is Underground Amusement by Michael J. Dagonia? I hope I'm saying that right. Again, I obviously, if I can't pronounce your name right, it's absolutely just my fault. I should probably practice these before I go on. This is Sly Fox Hollow by Brett Allen. Again, I just love some of these covers that are coming on some self-pub releases these days. This is Riding the Apocalypse by Frank Ignani. I'm saying that? Ignani? The third. He wrote me a nice letter. Thank you, sir. And then we got Dread 22 Tales by Kevin Bakar. Is that a creepy cover? I'm going to put it right on my face there. What do you think? No? Yes? No? All right, cool. Very, very cool artwork. That's wicked. I love that. This is The God Protocol Dragon by D.L. Wilburn Jr. I noticed last month when I did this, the covers didn't focus very well, so I've been trying to practice to make sure I get them back on there better. This is The Doomtown Dummies by Liam F. Findlay. That looks like the old Goosebumps covers, don't it? Does anybody remember those? I'm sure some of you guys read Goosebumps. Now this is really, really awesome. I'm going to kind of put a spotlight on this because her book just came out, completing. I believe it's just a trilogy. If it's more than that, I do apologize. H.C. Newell. This is the Fallen Light series. She sent me all 3. This is Curse of the Fallen. Very, very beautiful covers. The Forbidden Realms. She's a great follow on social media, by the way. And Shadows of Nindira. Great. So I want to thank her so much for sending these to me because they're just stunning. And I love that the spines line up and they look so awesome together. I love it. I love it. I love it when they pay attention to things like that. Collectors, we just eat that stuff up. So yeah, thank you so much, HC. I don't want to give away your real name. And this one I think you guys have heard me talk about. Actually, you know what? I've got the one that I want to show you next buried. So let me move things around here for a second. And I should probably say, like Durfee, I'm going to edit all this out, but I know that I probably won't. So you guys can just see, this is what happens when you record stuff without any cuts in it. People say that sometimes, like, hey, you have cuts in your videos. I mean, yeah, if I sneeze or my kids are being pricks. But, otherwise, I just try to roll along with it. Anyhow, House of Poison This is by Michael Bartel and illustrated by Gal Orr. And this is like a picture puzzle book kind of thing. And this is actually on Kickstarter. So I'm going to add the link below. Actually, I think they've already hit their goal and they're on their stretch goals now. But this is wonderful. I took out the one I had the picture I wanted to show you guys bookmarked. And of course, I took the thing out. But the artwork is impressive. So very, very cool. Yeah, look at that. I love these big landscape ones. Really, really rad. So I'll drop their Kickstarter link below for that one because that is just totally awesome. Totally awesome. A narrative art book. I love that. What did I say? A puzzle book? What do I know? And if you guys follow me on social media at all, you already know about this one. If you've been watching the weekly updates, you know that I am currently reading Empire of the Damned, sent to me by one Jay Kristoff. You might have heard of him. So obviously, I know that he didn't give out a ton of these. The fact that I was included, really, really awesome. And guys, I'll tell you what I can tell you about the book. It's really good. That's all I can say. Because again, embargoes and stuff. But anyone who liked Empire of the Vampire, I'll just say I don't think you're going to be upset with what you find here. I've also learned some new modifiers for my swear words because Jay Kristoff is always a pro at that. So F my face, right guys? How about some things I got from some publishers? Again, like I said, I'm going to drop the links down below. And if I actually spoke to you, and I'm not saying it's from the author, but it's from the publisher. If it comes without a note, I get so many of these requests, guys. Sometimes I just forget. So again, it's no disrespect meant. If it comes without a note, I assume it's from the publisher. This is Dreams of the Witches 3 by Eric Link, or is it Link? The Void Beyond the Walls. This is by Relvin Gonzalez. And there we go. Ruet Barak. Hope I'm saying that correctly. The Forbidden Road. This is part of the Evans Witches series. That's a really nice cover. The Other Dimension. This is by Joshua D. Faulkner. Looks like every show, the poster for every show I watch on the Sci-Fi Channel on Friday nights. Way back when. Bradley P. Boyer, you guys might know him. I'm planning on reading his series in 2024 of the Song of the Shattered Sands. Well, his next series is coming out. The Book of the Holt, Part 1, The Dragons of Deepwood Fen. This is actually an advanced reader copy, but I haven't actually read the Song of the Shattered Sands yet, and I want to do that one first. I want to thank Bradley for sending that to me, though. And here we go. Monster Hunter, guys. You guys have heard of this. Larry Correa, this is the new Monster Hunter book. I haven't read any of the Monster Hunter books, but I am going to be digging into Larry's his saga, The Forgotten Warrior, in 2024. And lastly, Dragon's Embrace by T.W. Collins. And again, I want to thank everyone who sent me something this month. You guys continue to be amazing. Let's look at some things from some viewers. It's funny that I brought up Goosebumps a minute ago because Dustin did send me a Goosebumps book to read to my kids. It actually kind of got lost in the shuffle there for a minute, so I didn't find it till after Halloween was over. And but hey, thank you so much. I think that R.L. Stein needs to be like the stepping stone. Like my oldest is obsessed with watching Stephen King stuff right now because he knows how much it means to me. And I'm like, maybe you need to pump the brake a little bit, and we need to start back there. This book is Full of Spiders by David Wong. This is from Jay. I think she also sent me John Dies at the End. I think this is the same author. I'm not sure. But she said here that she's probably going to send me all these. So, look, I'm terrified of spiders. It's a nice little thing about me. So, you want a scary book, that's a good way to get my attention. This is from Doug, one of my patrons. I really, really liked Drizzt, and one of the series that got recommended to me a lot when I started Drizzt was like, now you got to read Dragonlance. And I'm like, well, can I stick to one 40-something book series at a time first? But Dragonlance is the one that Doug said that this is kind of one of those that awoken his love for fantasy. And I just love these old covers, man. I can just never, ever get sick of that classic fantasy art. So beautiful. So, so beautiful. But Doug, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much. I can't wait to finish Drizzt and then maybe check out Dragonlance. Actually, I said I'm going to do a Drizzt. I'm going to go through, I think, like book 14 or 15. And then I'm going to take a break. But I actually got to get back to Drizzt before I can actually do that. You might have seen me talk about this on the series that I want to start in 2024. One of those is going to be Discworld. And Reen actually sent me 5 Discworld books that he thinks that would be the best place for me to start. Obviously, The Color of Magic is where I'm going to begin. Yes, I know not everybody thinks that's the best idea, but damn it, I'm going to start with The Color of Magic. He got me Guards and Guards. That's the one that one or this one, Mort, are the ones that people always tell me I should start with over The Color of Magic, so I'll have to figure out which one I'm going to read after The Color of Magic. The Light Fantastic. I just love this artwork. This actually came from the Discworld Emporium, so I don't know if they sell these anywhere else, but it's so good. And Equal Rights. Again, this artwork is next level. I love it so much. So again, I think that the reading order when it comes to Discworld is always going to be debated on which way you should do it, but I'm not as married to publication order per se with that, because I know there are several different like arcs that kind of are sequels to other books in there. Everybody says you can kind of read any of them, be okay. But I feel like I want to start with The Color of Magic and then just kind of decide where do I want to go from there. We'll see. This one, guys, this is I don't even know what to say about something like this. Except Dino, you're a madman, and I love you. I love you for this. This is amazing, guys, because I think they only made like 500 of these. But he sent me a really, really awesome note, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to share what the details of it were, but it was right here. Thank you so much. He sent me this collection that was made by the Curious King of the Blade itself. Now, as you guys know, First Law, favorite modern fantasy series. I love it so much. And even though I already have 3 different copies of the First Law, this is by far the most beautiful one. And I don't even know what to say about this. If you guys have read the First Law at all, you know good old Logan Nine Fingers here. This is just incredible, incredible work. And like I said, I think they only made 500 of these. And why you would pay that much and give it to me, I mean, God bless you. It's really, really amazing that you would do that. Thank you so much. Signed by Joe. What number did I get? I had a number in here, I thought. Anyway, I might be wrong on the 500 thing. But again, here we go. Number 147. Yeah, 147. But there's more artwork in here that's just beautiful. And again, I can't say thank you enough. Dino also sent me a mug. I'll show you here in a minute. I got other stuff kind of sitting in it. But yeah, this is amazing. Amazing. I'm kind of speechless. I really don't know what else to say. Except Curious King does incredible work. I think they're doing one of Hyperion. And yeah, if you've seen the price tags on those, you know that they're kind of nuts. But I can tell you firsthand, it's worth it if you're willing to put out that kind of cheddar for it. But this will be greatly, greatly treasured. And I'll be sure I'll leave this to one of my kids in my will, because this is one of the do not sells after I dies, without a doubt. So thank you, Dino. I love everything that you bring to the community. I know you are a member on my Discord, and we've talked on Instagram and stuff, and awesome guy. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at some of these other things I got kind of laying around here. Let me get these Discworld books out the way. Some little trinkets. I just talked about that mug they got me, New York. I know he is from the upper Northeast. You know, we don't hold that against him, you know. Down here in the South. I've never been to New York. I'd always talked about going, and then 9/11 happened, and I just never really got around to it. So, it's still on the bucket list, though. It is still on the bucket list. Some of the trinkets I'll have to talk about here in a minute because they go to something else. So let me grab it. This is a lamp. To be or not to be. It is a lamp that came from Tom at the Taboo and Company. Had this really awesome letter in here. And he says basically that, hey, I know you get a lot of books. Thought I'd send you something different. How about a lamp to read by? And yeah, just really, really awesome aesthetic, the way that it was packaged and stuff. Do have some bad news. I think it might have got damaged in shipping because we plugged it in and nothing happened. But the thought is absolutely 100% appreciated. It's really creepy cool. My kids want it really, really badly, and I'm like, why? Just so you would break it? But he also sent me those trinkets I was talking about a second ago. Really cool bookmark. Is that rad? Can you see it? Can you see it? I'll get you next time, He-Man. Some stickers and, a pin. All kinds of cool little gizmos. So Taboo and Company, I'm going to drop a link down below. I got a Halloween card. This is from Gina. She sent me a Halloween card. And I got just a nice handwritten note from Mike here. And I appreciate that. Your handwriting is very, very nice, by the way. I always say when people send me a handwritten letter, their handwriting is very, very nice. Because I feel like the more that I get into like digital stuff, the worse my handwriting gets. And I feel like we're not practicing enough. That's something about it. You guys know I'm an Astros fan, and go ahead and make your jokes and things like that. That's okay. I got my 2 titles. I'm happy. So someone sent me, this didn't come with a name. So I don't know if it's from the actual company. Who's the company that makes this? They're called Knockaround, but it is Astros Shades Very, very cool. But it came without a name, so I don't know who it's from. But I'll go ahead and show you guys here. So, say you go to the baseball game and you're not blind like I am. It's pretty rad, right? I mean, I think so. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the video with these on. I already talked about it, guys. I got a video where I talked about these noise-canceling headphones that I was sent. Awesome stuff. I've never had headphones of that quality before. So I've actually been listening to a lot of my rock and roll records and stuff on there. Records, that's how old I am. I'm going ahead and listening to them on there, and I'm hearing stuff, like I said, I've never heard before. These lights, I want to say Glocusent. I feel like they've sent me some stuff before, but these reading lamps. And if you're like me, guys, and you have a wife who doesn't stay up as late as you to read, and you need a small light that's not going to be keeping your spouse or your partner awake while you are reading, these are a good idea if you read paperbacks and not Kindle in the dark. But actually, this one right here around the neck thing is, we do these family walks every single night, and it gets dark at like 5:30 when daylight savings happens. I don't know if you guys have that where you're from. If you're one of those states who don't have one, I'm so jealous. But we actually have these that we use to put around our neck for that, to to look out for traffic and things like that. So we still want to make sure we're doing our family walks, and these have worked out really, really well. So thank you, Glocusent, for sending me those. They will be used for more than just reading, and that's something really, really awesome. And I got to talk about this chair. You see this chair I'm sitting in? I did a video real quick about it. I did a short about this chair from Ewin. This is their Champion upgraded chair. This chair is absolutely amazing, guys. Here's the thing: is my wife really, really liked the one that I had. So when I got the opportunity to get this one, and now I'm kind of jealous because I feel like I like it better than mine. And I think it's because it has better pillows. These pillows are like magnetic. It's really cool, so you can put them anywhere you want. But these chairs are great. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Yeah, they're pricey, but they're super, super worth it. They're amazing. My posture's better. My back doesn't hurt as much as I stopped using crummy, Walmart chairs and stuff. You can adjust them any way you want. I feel like it's wide enough. I'm 6'1", 190, and I fit in this just fine. So I know a lot of people are always worried they're not going to actually fit in them if they're light. I think it holds up to 400 pounds, so it can hold two of me. It can hold two of me, and they're wide enough. I think that you ain't got to worry about being too wide to fit in one. So another amazing, amazing chair, and the quality of this leather is just so nice. I love these chairs, and I will always champion them because I feel like I feel like Captain Picard when I'm in one of these chairs, engaged. But guys, that was all of the wonderful, wonderful stuff that you guys sent to me this month. I cannot say thank you enough. You guys are a blessing. I cannot say thank you enough for what you guys do for me. I do appreciate it. And if I am giving you guys even 1 minute to better your day, then hey, I have done my job here, because that's what I am here to do. So guys, why don't you drop in the comments and let me know what you got in October. I'd love to know what you added to your home library. And have you got any of this stuff? Is there anything you want to know more about? I'd love to do a short for you if you want to see some of these in detail. Just let me know. I have no problems doing things like that for you. So drop in the comments, guys. I will talk to you there.